Okay, so today I wanted to cover, to me, what's the most important things for basically best recovery when it comes down to, for instance, is working out. Whether or not you work out 1 day a week, whether or not you work out 7 days a week, there are, to me, a couple things that are necessary for helping you with recovery. So first and foremost, what I'd like to say is when it comes to recovery, the number one thing that you should always need: sleep. If you're not getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night, and you're sitting there telling the world you'll sleep when you're dead, trust me. One, your progress will be hindered because of the lack of sleep. Secondly, your body does the most repair while it's asleep. Thirdly, your brain literally cleans itself out at night while you sleep. So it's extremely important to remember that when you sleep, you have to remember that that's when the most important time to be able to get your body recovered nightly. If you're not sleeping about 7 to 9 hours of sleep, you're going to be severely lacking the means of recovery. Secondly, the biggest thing will be is nutrition. You want to make sure that you're eating a very nutrient-dense diet, whether it be lots of fruits and vegetables, minimal fruits, mostly vegetables, lots of good, healthy, lean proteins, and more or less as close as you can to organic. For me, I can't afford a lot of organic just because I barely work full time. I have a daughter to raise, and I don't have the money sometimes to be able to afford organic, which there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the factor is it's about feeding your kid. So, but basically for me, when I take my multi, my multi is going to be Thorn multi. I've been playing around with other multis too, so don't just go with one multi. But I would say look at the reviews, make sure you see exactly what's in the product, make sure that they're at least trying to work with something organic based. Another big product that I have to say is extremely important, especially in this time of year when there's hardly any sun, is vitamin D3. I take it roughly about 7,000 IUs. Basically helps out with mood support. It helps out with the immune system. It helps out with basically making sure calcium gets to the bones, to make sure you're getting proper calcification of the bones. Basically D3 is basically a hormone. So you definitely want to have D3 in your diet. I'm not saying 5,000 IUs or 7,000 IUs like myself. You could take as little as 400 to 2,000 IUs. 2,000 is the usual recommended dose for vitamin D3. Another thing that I take that I think is extremely important is going to be Carlson's or whatever multi you can find. Once again, look for a multi that's very potent. This one has approximately 2 grams of full fish oil, about 1,200 grams of total fish oil with about 600 EPA and about 400 DHA. I don't necessarily agree with those numbers, but one thing I like is that I have not once yet experienced fishy afterburp taste, and I really like their product. Another thing that I like to take just to help me out with my testosterone, I take a dose at night to help my body recover, and I take a dose in the morning with my coffee, so that way it has something to work with. But I just use this stuff. It's Wider Primer, Healthy Testosterone Formula. There's approximately 400 IU of D3. You have approximately 10 milligrams of B6, about 120 micrograms of B12, calcium 35 milligrams, zinc 15 milligrams, chromium 200 micrograms. You have DIM in there, which is an estrogen regulator, about 50 milligrams. You have ashwagandha, the KSM 66. You have about 675 milligrams. You have cordyceps for about 390 milligrams, and then black pepper shark for about 5 milligrams. So that way you're getting the good bioavailability you'd want. But I mean, for me, I've been using ashwagandha now for roughly about a year. No, probably about I'd say about a year and a half now. And it's something that I really like to help out with, just helping your body naturally recover its testosterone. It's also natural adaptogenic as well, so it helps your body cope with stress and cope with cortisol on a daily basis. So it's one of the couple things that those are a small list of products that I use. I use more, but I just wanted to kind of go over what I use to help out with my recovery. But I wanted to kind of go over the list of things that I feel is necessary for the best recovery when it comes to not only your workouts, but also just from day to day, getting your body being beat up on a day-to-day basis, and just basically making sure you're covering the proper nutrients that your body needs for just daily support, and just to help out with general recovery. I'm not saying you have to spend money on any of this stuff, because personally you can find a multi for anywhere from $20 to $30. I would say make sure you spend a little bit on the multi, because if you go for a cheap multi, you're gonna get exactly that. If you go into Walmart for a $10 multi, that's going to be all pure synthetic, and it's going to come into your system. Your body's going to absorb as little as humanly possible. It's going to flush it right out. So you're basically just draining out money. So make sure you spend a little bit of money on a quality multi if you decide to go with a multi. And if you're not eating fish on a daily basis, make sure you find yourself a decent fish oil as well. And then basically, if you're in places like Montana, like I am, where you have the time of the year where we don't get sun for part of the year, make sure you supplement vitamin D3 and or 2. Either go get yourself into like a tanning bed or something to that degree a couple days of the week at your local gym or whatnot, just so that way you're getting the necessary vitamin D for your body.